Hello Gemini, and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. My name's Colette and I'm here today to do a reading, and it's going to be a Venus retrograde love reading because you still have Venus retrograde actually in your sign, Gemini, along with the sun that is still there until the 21st. So you still have a lot of activity happening in your sign. Venus is retrograde as well as being behind the sun at this moment in time. So she's gone into hiding and she's about to come out in 2 days' time. I think it is now, about the 11th that she reappears, 11th or 12th. So I thought it would be a good idea to carry on with my kind of love readings, but I'm going to have more of a kind of bent on them being Venus retrograde actual readings rather than just love readings on their own. And when Venus goes retrograde, it can also be a time of things returning from the past, especially relationships, because Venus is all about our love and our values and the things that we really desire and seek for ourselves. So if you've watched any of my other videos that I put out recently, thank you very much, and you'll know that I have this kind of format for doing this at the moment. I'm picking one card from one deck of all the cups, which I've separated all the cups, and this time I have separated them from my Mythic tarot deck. So this is the card that came out for you here today, Gemini, the King of Cups here. So this is the overall kind of energy for me that I'm feeling at the moment for you, Gemini. And I must say, I don't know what's going on with you, or if there's a lot of kind of frantic energy around you at the moment, or chaos, or you can't make your mind up about things, or because I've spent the last 3 hours at least trying to find the right place to do this reading. It's been insane. I have moved my table all over the place and I've kind of ended up back in the same spot. And for some reason it seems to be working now, but it wasn't earlier. I was stressed out and just like, so I don't know if that's going to relate to any of you Geminis out there at this moment in time, if you're feeling very stressed out about things. But this is quite a kind of chaotic energy, I feel, when it's in the reverse, as he is here. Again, it doesn't have to be a he energy. It can be the energy of, well, it is just the energy. It doesn't, what I'm trying to say here is it doesn't have to be masculine. It doesn't have to be feminine. Either or, it makes no difference. But the energy itself, or the gender, doesn't have to be the masculine or the feminine gender. The energy itself is an energy of, the king is very, because it's cups, it's very sensitive. It's a sensitive energy. He feels everything very deeply. If it was up the right way, I would say that this is a good energy, a good positive energy, that this person or you Gemini have got yourselves in a position of feeling as though you have, I wouldn't say control over the situation, but you're feeling in your own power. You have confidence, but it isn't. It's in reverse. So I'm feeling more that there's this feeling of being overwhelmed by something. There's an overwhelming feeling that everything is too much, that you can't, in a way, trust what you're feeling, maybe, as well. That there's a kind of, I don't feel that it's more about you can't make your mind up, it's more that you're not trusting what it is that you're feeling at this time. And with Venus retrograde, that could have a big part to do with what is happening as well. So I'm just going to say now, before, which I should have said previously, is that this reading is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Venus and Rising, but also it is for, and cusp as well. So if you're on the cusp of either Taurus or Cancer, you may want to check out the reading before or after that as well. And also for you cross watchers, you too may want to check out your placements, and if you don't know where those placements are, Gemini or cross watchers, there will be a natal link, a free natal link in the description box down below, so you can go and check that out for yourself, because the reading is only a general. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but you may also find that your sun, not your sun sign, sorry, your rising sign or your moon sign, also your Venus sign as well, because this is about retrograde Venus. This readings in particular are about Venus, so you may want to go and check out where your own Venus is in relation to everything else that's going on at this time. So, 2 decks of cards I'm going to be using here. This first deck of cards is going to be for yourself, Gemini, and the second deck will be for the person that you have some emotional or energetic connection to. And the decks of cards can be swapped over as well, so you may feel that this doesn't make as much sense to you as the other deck of cards that I will use, and I would say the same for you cross watchers as well. If you're watching this and thinking, oh, that sounds more like me, then that could well be the case, and that could be why you need to swap the cards over. So let's see what's going on for you at this time, Gemini. Venus retrograde. Energy of Venus retrograde. What is happening in the life of Gemini? Sun, Moon, Venus rising and cusp. Energy for Gemini, please. What is taking place for Gemini in this Venus retrograde energy? And Venus will be retrograde right up until the 28th, the end of this month, I do believe. I think she's stationing at about 5 degrees, so she's got to make her way all the way back again through the sign. So she will have gone over the same spot where she turned retrograde originally, which I think was about 20 degrees, 21 degrees, something like that. So she's got to make her way all the way over to that spot again, and then continue until she comes out of Gemini, which will be at the end of July. So we've still got a while for Venus in your own sign here, Gemini. And as I was saying, this could be bringing back things from the past. This could be something new coming into your life that you're not sure about. It could also be why you've got this King of Cups energy. It could have kind of sent you into some kind of chaotic feelings here. The King of Cups is very deeply emotional, very sensitive, very intuitive, very well, I say trusting their feelings, very kind of, they just feel. That's kind of really what it's about. And I feel at the moment that that kind of sums up the Venus where she's at the moment, that she's not, because you can't see her, because she's hiding behind the sun as well here. We can't see Venus at the moment. She is going to emerge as the evening star. Sorry, a really itchy foot at the moment, and there doesn't seem to be anything coming out for you at the moment, Gemini. So what's happening with Gemini? Why is Gemini not being allowed any cards here? Sun, Moon, Venus rising, cusp, Gemini. What are the messages here for Gemini, please, universe? What are the messages here for Gemini? What is Gemini experiencing during this Venus retrograde that they need to be aware of? Aha, I'll take that one. So Gemini, you have the 10 of Earth here, which is saying to me that now you've reached a conclusion with something. Something is coming to a close. something is ending. There is something that you're needing to, I feel, just to kind of draw the curtain on, in a way. I almost feel as though she's ready to take a bow here and kind of step out of the, I don't know why, for some reason these coins today are looking to me like kind of a stage, like a setting on a stage, and she's reached this her final part in it, her part in the play is now coming to an end. So this could well have a lot to do with what you are experiencing at the moment, Gemini. It's like there's nothing else to put into this. It's like you've got as much out of it as you can, or that's what you're feeling or thinking. This is at the heart of your reading at this moment in time, and you're feeling that you've put everything that you can into it. And there's a kind of feeling of what's the word I'm looking for here? Like that she's not completely content with herself here. So this is the heart of what you're feeling at this moment in time. And I feel as well, Gemini, that you've kind of maybe outgrown this, or you have changed. There's something about the change here with her, kind of these feelers that are coming out of her head, and also the wings that she's wearing there as well. That you no longer feel like the same person that you were when you first entered into this relationship. That you've outgrown it. That's what I'm kind of feeling here, is that there's an outgrowing, that you yourself, Gemini, have outgrown it. I think there was a general kind of same feeling in the last reading that I did for you, your love reading, Gemini. The same kind of feeling of like, you know that you have to bring it to a close. So what is the Ten of Earth about for you? What is your challenge here? What is your crossing energy? Crossing energy for the Gemini. We have the High Priestess. So again, this intuitive, it's like, I think that's even what I called your reading last time, was you intuitively know Gemini. So maybe you're still in this place. Maybe you are really, but you're not trusting. There's something here about you not trusting these instincts, not trusting your deeper inner intuitive world of what it is that you know. Because if you see here, she's kind of half in and half out of this world. She looks like she's kind of either emerging from something, or she's submerging herself into it. So it's like you're either going deeper into your feelings and your emotions here, or you're kind of hesitant to go deeper into it. And that could be why this King of Cups is here as well. And maybe also with this 10 here, that you feel as though there's nothing else to kind of like on a deeper soul level. This can't feed you any longer. This doesn't serve you. It's not nurturing you. It's no longer in some way, I feel as though it's no longer making you feel good about yourself. But I do feel you've changed. I do feel that when you first entered into this relationship, you were a completely different person, and you have grown through it. You have grown. This High Priestess here as well. You are kind of being given the opportunity. Again, it kind of reminds me of that Venus energy of literally being retrograde, because retrograde is all about kind of going within and looking on a deeper level here. About connecting to something deeper than yourself, Gemini. I just kind of get the feeling of trusting your instincts here as well. You really need to trust what it is that you're feeling. Trust that you know what's best for you. And to take action, maybe, as well. Right, let's find out where that went. Sorry about that, Gemini. Let's see what you've got here in your head. You have the Three of Fire, Three of Wands. In reverse. And I get the feeling again of this chaotic energy of your life kind of being no longer on the path that you thought you were going down. It's an interesting card, this Three of Fire. Yeah, new direction. You're looking for a new direction, but you are not sure where that direction is, where the wind's going to take you. And I think that's the chaos as well, this chaotic energy is maybe that you know that you have to move on from this energy, from this, but you're not quite sure where it's going to take you and how you're going to do it. The Three of Fire. But it is in your head, you are kind of beginning to realise that it's something that needs to be looked into, planned maybe as well. Maybe you're kind of getting to the stage of having to plan something, plan a way out of something, plan something that you've got to kind of take more control over in a way. You have the Seven of Water. This is the energy that's moving away from you. This is what you've been working with, Gemini, for a wee while. So you've had the Seven of Water, which is all about confusion and lots of opportunities and choices coming in. And maybe that's also why there's this confusion or this need to move away. Maybe you have something new that's arrived. You have the Six of Water here as well. The Six of Cups in reverse. So there is this kind of, there's still this longing and there's this yearning, I feel, for how things were, for the past with this relationship, of how you remember it being and how you would like it to go back to being. And it's quite painful. I mean, you've got the Seven of Water and then you've got the Six of Water. So it's a kind of step backwards, I feel. Almost like you go to make a choice and then you kind of remind yourself of what it was that you had before. And I feel as though you're kind of caught up in the memories as well. That these are kind of reflecting for me memories of you kind of remembering how things were. And we also have with this the Ten of Air, or the Ten of Swords. So you've had to release there has been, you've got two tens here, the 10 of earth and the 10 of air are both endings. They're both the final completion of something before something else comes in, something new is coming in for you. But the 10 of air here for me is saying that there has had to have been a release here. You've kind of mentally, I think, prepared yourself for this. You're mentally releasing things, but you haven't actually physically. Although you are looking towards something new. Because if you see that 3 here, she's kind of looking out to the future. So you have both of these 3s here. So with the 3 of earth and the 3 of fire, what's in your head and what you've kind of been moving away from. I feel that you are kind of mentally preparing yourself. You want something, I feel, that you can get your creative fire and passion back with. I feel that that's kind of lacking here. You feel as though you've kind of, you know, you have no more to put into this. There's no more creative fire or passion. It's kind of dwindled out and you're feeling kind of literally like you're looking into the future, like, you know, what's ahead of me, what's coming, what's my next challenge, what's the next opportunity for me, what's my next step forward. But I also feel that you could have been there in that position for a wee while, but you have released, you have mentally released this, even if you've not emotionally completely released this yet. I feel as though in your head you've kind of got things straight. You have the 4 of water in reverse and the 7 of air. So the 4 of water can be very 4 of water, both in reverse again, 7 of air, 4 of water, both in reverse. So I feel as though you were kind of disappointed and let down with this 4 of water, and maybe even deceiving yourself as well, that you were in the right place doing the right thing. And you may have felt that deception internally, intuitively. But you've kind of been holding on to it with this 10 of earth here as well. You've been kind of holding on to that feeling and wanting to keep it. Like wanting to keep the status quo, really. Kind of wanting to, not wanting to upset this boat. Because I always see this as a boat. This shell here. Kind of floating through the air. It probably isn't in air, it's probably on water, but for me it kind of looks as though it's in the air. But yeah, your intuition, this is what's come out in your in the area of you not being so aware of what's going on, of the root cause of it, if you like, the less known, the more intuitive side of you, the subconscious realm, which again is this energy here. This is the subconscious realm. This is the water realm. The watery, psychic, intuitive, emotional, relates to the signs of Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So you could have those kind of elements within your own makeup, but you don't have to have. But I do feel as though you have been deceiving yourself. If you haven't been deceiving the other person as well, which you probably have been, because if you've been deceiving yourself, you will have been also deceiving the person that you've been in this connection with, Gemini. But there's this deep sense of disappointment here, this deep sense of something that didn't turn out the way you were hoping it to or wanting it to with this Four of Water. So let's see what's coming into your future here. I'm not going to take that because it turned over too quickly. Let's see if it comes out again. Oh, we have, I will take you, Mr. Magician. You have, Gemini, the energy of the Magician, which is your energy, the Magician. It's about manifesting, and it's very similar to this card here. So this is saying to me, you are manifesting your future. You are bringing something in. You may or may not be aware of it at the moment with this card as your challenge here. But this is saying that you're going to become aware of it. You're going to become aware of the fact that you are wanting to manifest this new, I feel, creative endeavour as well. Like something that you need to be able to put your passion and your drive into. If you look here, I don't know if you can see it, I'll just get up a little bit. Here you can see that he has this fairy in his hand, and for me that is the kind of manifestation. It's the kind of the wish, the dream, the hope, the desire. Again, it just reminds me very much, there's a very kind of similar energy here with these two working closely, hand in hand. There's an innocence about this card as well, and there's a wisdom about this Magician. So it's almost tapping into, or it feels like it's tapping into this kind of innocent, childlike energy. Kind of like a remembrance of something from when you were younger. Of the way that you could, or the way that you believe, maybe there's something about believing here as well, very strongly, believing that you can, believing that it's possible, believing that you have that connection to this energy here. And today, for me, this energy is coming through as kind of universal source energy here. And that this is your connection to it. But this is your challenge here, Gemini. So this is saying to me that you need to kind of go back to this place of innocence within yourself. And don't believe that everything that is yet to come into your life is going to be the same as everything that you've experienced previously, which could also be what this card here is about. Because if you look at her, she looks quite there's an element here of, I think, wonderment, and I kind of feel that with these two cards here, that there's this kind of wonderment, this new kind of magical way of looking at your life and realizing that you can, that you have that ability, you have the power, you have within you, you have the magic to change your life here. To manifest what it is that you're really wanting here, Gemini. And this could, because this is your future as well, this could also be something that's going to happen naturally when Venus comes out of being retrograde as well, because at the moment she's kind of more withdrawn and very kind of hidden. And that's also this energy here, because it's submerged, because it's within us, because it's a subconscious realm. It's not something that we kind of show to the outside world. And sometimes when we do show it to the outside world will kind of laugh at us for being I wouldn't say foolish enough, but in a sense, you know, it's kind of like, oh, you believe in that, you believe in magic, you believe in... So there's a sense of that here, Gemini, this sense of kind of like, of you maybe as a child being told that it was foolish and stupid to believe that you could create or manifest or have your heart's desire. But the magician here for me is saying, and I've spoken a lot about this energy in my previous videos as well. If you want to go back and look at any of my previous videos, my full moon and new moon videos in particular, this energy came through really strong for me, the magician energy. Being in Gemini season, and also because the moon's nodes has moved into Gemini as well, I feel that there's a lot of Gemini energy that's going to be around at least for the next 18 months because of the moon's nodes. But also there is this other side to the magician as well. There is the trickster. So you have the trickster and you have the magician. And so for me, it's kind of saying you can put your energy into this manifestation, and it's how you focus that attention, it's how you focus that energy as to what comes back to you. Often you will see the magician surrounded by all the tools, the kind of elements, the water, the earth, the cups for the emotions, and the wands for the creativity and the passion. Sorry, I'm just scratching my foot here, which seems particularly itchy at the moment. It's the bringing together of all the elements and bringing them into the physical realm that kind of makes something manifest for you. And so the magician is kind of saying that there's two ways of doing that. If Gemini energy is dual energy, it is kind of, you know, you can be the positive or you can be the negative. You can believe it or you can believe not, that it's never going to happen, and because you don't have it yet, because there's a lack of it, you focus your attention on that and that's what you keep seeing. Or you can look at it as a positive, you can feel it, you can feed it that kind of creative belief and drive and desire, and actually manifest it physically, have it turn up in your life. So that's the energy that you're going to be moving into. So it's kind of saying to me, Gemini, that you need to be aware of where you're focusing your energy. If you're wanting something positive, if you're wanting a change here. And you actually only have the two major arcana cards here. And they're both very similar energies. They're both very much about the subconscious realm. They're both very much about working with your deeper understanding and your deeper knowing here. The feeling realm. So let's see what this other person that you have a physical, maybe not physical so much, from energetic and emotional attachment or connection with. And with this King of Cups here as well, just drawn back to this very quickly, Gemini, that this kind of feeling of not trusting yourself, not trusting your instincts, your feelings, your inner world, your knowing. It's kind of, I feel as though on some level you do know it. You do know that you can make this happen, but at the same time you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting your capabilities or your just, I feel your belief in you, Gemini. So what's this other person got? They've got the 10 of Cups upside down. So like you've got the 10 of Earth here, they've got the 10 of Cups. And again, it feels as though something is completing. And that maybe they are also aware of it. But again, because it's in reverse, maybe they don't want to accept it either. Maybe neither of you here are wanting to accept this change that's coming or has come. Or that you're already in here. Because with this 3 of Fire and also this 10 of swords that you had over there as well, kind of, I feel as though it's a mental process. It's kind of like you're releasing your flying. You're releasing your mental stresses and your exhaustion, the thing that kind of has been weighing on your mind over and over again. You kind of are letting the, I feel kind of the letting the issues, letting the things that would hold you back here, it's like you're not allowing that to kind of hold you back anymore. And as you kind of release that, you're allowing this energy to enter into your life here. And I feel that this is very much about you also finding, you know, that you, Gemini, have this, and I keep kind of saying this, but it's like you have this amazing creative ability to bring in whatever it is that you're wanting. So we have the 2 of Cups in reverse here, and we have the King of Staves up the right way. So this person is in a place of wanting, they also want fire and passion. You've both got kings here. When I say you've both got kings, I mean the King of Cups there is the overall energy for the reading. But that's a more sensitive, emotional energy, whereas this is much more sexual. This person has a real kind of, I feel, a strong sexual drive or passion or desire for you here, Gemini. But when it comes to the emotional side of things, with this 2 of Cups here, or the romantic side of things, the romance, the kind of emotions, the feelings, they're not expressing, or they're not recognizing that as a part of the relationship, or they haven't recognized that as part of the relationship, which is possibly why this 10 of Cups is upside down as well. Like I said, everything's flying. So what they've got in their head and what's up the right way for them is this 4 of Wands, this 4 of Staves. So they feel on some level as though, wow. And it's come out as well with the Tradition card, the Hierophant, or Juno as it's known in this deck. Juno is literally the goddess of weddings, the goddess of bringing couples together. So what's in this person's head and what they're aware of, or what they're wanting, they want something much more. I mean, the Four of Wands and the Hierophant, or the Juno card together. I mean, Juno is literally, like I said, she's the goddess of relationships in that sense. In the Roman mythology, Juno blessed relationships. She blessed weddings, couples. And this is definitely like a couple's card here. I mean, there is no doubt about it. This person, you are either already married to this person, or this person believes that this is what's going to happen. Gemini. But I'm not so sure that that is what you're wanting with this person. I feel somehow that mentally you have kind of released yourself from this already. They're wanting stability with you. They're wanting tradition. They're wanting you to be their long-lasting partner here. And they also have the Six of Cups here in reverse, and of course, sorry, up the right way. And you also had the Six of Cups here in reverse. So no, they're both in reverse. Wasn't up the right way. Six of Cups, both in reverse. So both of you are kind of looking at things from, I feel, from an earlier stage of this relationship, of the beginning, of kind of the days of when, you know, you first got together and things were really like, you know, this Two of Cups here where everything was really romantic and it was all beautiful, and because she's even in a wedding dress there as well. So I would say that even right from the get-go, this person saw you as marriage material here, Gemini. They saw you as the person they were going to spend the rest of their life with. But I feel somehow that this King of Staves energy has got in the way here. This fiery, passionate, driving, I mean, they are very sexually attracted to you. But that could be the problem. The problem is that, you know, they are that they don't relate to you in the same way. They don't relate to you on a kind of loving, kindness, compassionate, caring, sensitive. Maybe that's also why this King of Cups is upside down here as well, because that's what you're wanting, Gemini. You're wanting that, you're needing that, possibly even craving that. And this person, I feel, feels as though they're already giving that to you. Because in their head, sex and love is the same thing. Like they're, you know, they're passionately drawn to you. They're sexually attracted to you. So they don't see the problem. They don't have a problem with that. It's like, well, you know, isn't it obvious? Isn't it obvious how I feel about you? It's that kind of energy that I'm feeling here. And we have, interestingly, We have Magic, which again is this Magician card. But this time it's turned up in reverse, and it's in the subconscious realm. So this person may well have felt that they have kind of manifested this into their life, that they did bring you into their life. But they also may feel now that they have this control over you, especially if you have married them. If you have married them, if you are married here, Gemini, this person feels as though they kind of own you in a way, I feel. I don't know if that was something that I was speaking about previously in a Gemini reading, but I do feel as though it was something that I've said not that long ago. I feel there was some at one reading, but with both of these in reverse, the Six of Water, the Six of Cups here. This person has had to also kind of go back into the past. Like I was saying, the memories that were there previously to how when you first got together and how you felt about each other. And there is this strange kind of feeling of you both I feel kind of like there's a kind of situation here where one of you is much more positive and the other one is kind of much more negative in their thinking and the way that they do things and their belief about things. Because this is also, like I was saying, the Magician, it's the same energy, but it's in reverse here. In the subconscious realm. So this person may be a very powerful, charismatic person. Very powerful, charismatic person that you haven't been able to possibly break free from. And they also may have been with this Ten of Earth as well. I feel with this kind of, with this chest down here of gold, and it's like, you know, it's treasure, it's like full of wealth, and but this is kind of how they have kept you in that place, shall we say. Almost like you feel as though they might have bought you somehow on some kind of level. I'm not talking kind of slave buying or trafficking or anything like that, but they feel as though, like, you know, what they've put into this, they now have a right to you as somebody. What am I feeling here? As though, you know, it's like they I just keep going, like they've bought you. You know, it's like, look at all this stuff that I bought for you. Look at all, you know, I've bought you this and I bought you that and I bought you all of this. I've given you all of this. You have the Nine of Swords in reverse. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And we have the Eight of Staves upright. So I feel as though this person, you've got 2 8s here, which is all about change, but I feel as though this person isn't ready or willing or open with this 9 here. It's like they don't see, they don't see the nightmare, shall we say, that you're in. This is what's coming in. This is the energy that's coming in. The 9 of Swords in reverse. It's nightmares. It's like suddenly feeling in a situation that you have no way out of. And the 8 of Pentacles, I feel as though they're not the sort of person who's willing to take responsibility for their actions. The 8 of Pentacles in reverse. But they are going to want to talk about this. They are going to want to try and communicate with you about this. There's going to be some fast action here. There's going to be some fast movement from this person towards you. Gemini. I'll just see what the Moon Wisdom cards have to say about this. And it says your hard work is paying off. We've got the Capricorn energy here. Capricorn, Saturn, time, Lord of Karma. Works within the physical realm. Saturn can also be to do with restrictions. But it's also kind of saying to me that you've had to kind of put a lot of I'm just kind of getting this feeling of somebody who's put a lot of themselves into this relationship, but you're wanting, I just feel as though you're wanting to get out of this, that you're wanting to escape from this. But this isn't something that you're wanting to put any more time or energy or effort into here. Let's see what the Angels of Light cards have to say. We have Beauty, which is saying the outer world is a reflection of your inner, so focus on the beauty within yourself, your good qualities, your kindness, your gifts and talents. Remember that whatever you give attention to increases and grows, which is kind of the manifestation card, as well as this kind of intuitive energy here as well. This High Priestess energy. As I was saying earlier, with this Magician energy here as well. So I feel as though it's been quite a negative situation. Everyone has some beauty in their soul, so seek it in others. Remind them of their qualities and you will illuminate them. Surround yourself with things and people with a beautiful vibration, for we are all influenced by that which is around us. As you tune more and more into the incredible wonder of yourself, which is kind of what I was saying earlier about this magician and this wonder energy here of this little fairy, the wonderment of life. It's like seeing life afresh and new. And again, I feel as though it's kind of going back to that innocence of your childhood somehow. As you tune more and more into the incredible wonder of yourself, others and the planet, your resonance becomes that of beauty. Others will perceive the radiance of your soul and be touched by it. And the affirmation is, I recognize my beauty and that of others. Particularly, I think, yourself at this moment in time, Gemini. It feels that you need to kind of remind yourself of your inner beauty, of your inner world, if you like. And then you have abundance, which is saying it is time for your life to flow with prosperity, love and success. You draw from the limitless universe pool according to your belief in how much you deserve. Angel wisdom is reminding you now to believe in yourself and trust that you deserve more. Then you will attract abundance and the true riches of life. To feel surrounded by love, open your heart to others. Choose to do what fulfills you most, and the angels will bring you joy, satisfaction and success. Enhance your prosperity by receiving graciously, giving out willingly, and saying thank you for everything. Enjoy all you have and more will come to you. And the affirmation here is, I deserve love, prosperity and success. You also have creativity. The angels suggest that you explore your creative potential now. Creativity is an energy for adventure and change. It may herald a new idea, inspiration for a book, an artistic vision or a new project. Let your imagination flow. If you do not know how to channel the force, you may feel restless or dispirited. So ask your angel to help you to direct your creative energy towards something worthwhile. The angel wisdom reminds you that you are a co-creator with the divine, which is again this magician energy. It's coming back to this magician energy. Use your power with wisdom and joy. And the affirmation is, I enjoy my creative powers and use them for the highest good. And lastly, you've got flexibility. Life is full of changes and surprises. Your guidance is to move with the current, for it is resisting the flow which creates problems. Ask your angel to help you open your mind and heart to new ideas and fresh options. When you accept the possibility that there are other ways, previously unseen doorways will be opened to you, and you will move more easily through change. There is a solution to every problem, so look at all things with eyes of love and expectation. Again, I feel that this is that childhood energy, going back to this kind of way of wonderment and looking at life as if it was new to you and fresh and beginning again. You will feel healthy and alive and can access the necessary resources and wisdom within yourself to help you through change. And the affirmation is, I am free and flexible. And that's kind of what I'm feeling here, is the need for freedom, to break away from this. Even though there's no 8 of swords or anything, I just feel as though there's something that is kind of maybe you're even just beginning to get to that stage where you need to get out of this, or feeling, Gemini, that it's best to leave this situation. But that's the overall energy that I'm feeling for you here. So I hope this has been of some help to you. Please, could you like up my videos for me? Thumbs them up. Get them out into the bigger YouTube world. It's why all YouTubers ask you people to thumbs up our videos, because it makes a huge difference to our channels. The more likes they get, the more YouTube puts it out there, the more the algorithms pick it up and actually makes a difference as well. So also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, could you please do that as well, because I'm really trying to grow my channel. Thank you very much to those of you who have recently subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it, and I also appreciate those of you who have subscribed and have been subscribers for a while and come back to my channel. Please also leave me a comment, because I do like to know what's happening in your world and whether or not my readings are helping at all, and how they are making a difference, if they are making a difference. Also, could you tap that bell in order to get the readings as and when I put them out, because I will be doing more of these readings, these Venus retrograde readings. So on that note, Gemini, I will say thank you very much for watching my videos, and please take very good care of yourself and take care of those who you can around you at this time. Hopefully see you again soon.